Okay, Guillermo, I have your 90 Mustang GT A9P computer here. There she is. And I've got it on under the microscope. So I see a little different viewpoint here than what you're seeing, but this is a better angle of what's going on. You can see here that this capacitor, the lower one, has one leg completely burned off. It's corroded away, missing entirely. That's a big problem. And you can tell the see the black goo that's collecting there on the come on, refocus. The black goo that's collecting there on the bottom of the capacitor, and it's actually dripped off and created a black pile of goo underneath it. So that one's really bad. Let's see if I can get a little light on that. That's about the best I can get. So anyway, that's that one's toast. It's really bad. It's practically broken off and wiggles very easily. The second one, this one affects the mass air readings quite a bit. It's really bad too. Let's find a good angle for that. That's pretty good. You can see it's leaked the black goo of death out the bottom and has the legs corroded. Pretty sure when we scrape that black goo off of this trace here, that trace is probably going to be damaged. Let's see if I can point to that. This trace right here, that gold line, that's the wire or circuit running to the bottom of this capacitor, but you can pretty much bet that trace is probably broken or at least heavily damaged. Once we remove the capacitor and the corrosion, we'll get a better look at that, but that trace is almost inevitably going to have been damaged to the point where it probably doesn't even connect to the solder pads anymore. And then the third one didn't look too bad. By the way, that second one's pretty loosey-goosey. It moves really easy. This third one here is not moving around too much. It's pretty solid. It's still bad though. It may look good visually at a glance. Let's see if I can get some light on that. Even up close, it doesn't look too bad, but when you really crawl under it and look, that corrosion's there too. It's just not nearly as bad as on the others. It's not problematic yet. Can't hardly get any more light under it, but it's showing signs of corrosion on that front leg there. Either way, we'd never do anything but replace all three. They all got to go. If it's not leaking, it's going to very shortly anyway, but in your case, it is leaking. It's just not super bad yet. The good news is the damage is fairly contained. So if we're looking at kind of the size of the spot leaking and the area around it to see if anything was negatively affected by it, I don't see too much happening there. That one looks really quite good. Now these other ones, not so well. Luckily there's not too much around this one except for the trace that goes to it itself. So it tends to just live in its own damage there. Anyway, when you're looking at that from, say, the top down, there's not a ton of leakage around it. It's fairly self-contained. That's good. And this one here, it's really the worst one of the bunch. And even it doesn't have a big puddle around it. It's mostly dripped on an area where there really isn't any other circuits, so it's kind of a fortunate. These Mustang computers aren't too bad, but some of these computers have traces like this where there's just a whole bunch of traces and they just get damaged to death. And so do all the components on the board that are around it. So overall, yeah, it's got the original capacitors. You can tell by their teal blue color. They are all quite bad, but the board looks like a good candidate for repair. I don't see much else going on. The traces for the neutral safety switch are good. They're not real problematic in the A9Ps anyway, but I checked that it's good. And now we're about to put it on the bench and give it the once over. That chip right there, that's where they store the tune. That's your clock speed, 15 megahertz. It's the oscillator clock. That's your MCU, the main brain. That's him. And there's a bunch of drivers for EGR and air pump and stuff like that are in here. This chip contains the primary fan controls. If you wanted to add fans to an A9L, you can add one fan with that. The other chip is missing. Wasn't used on this board. That's why we can only activate one fan. And these are mostly injector drivers and the 5-volt regulator and stuff like that. Same on the other side over here. That's it. Overall, I would say she looks like she's in very good rebuildable condition. And now on to the bench test. Okay, continuing on, this is the bench test of Guillermo's A9P computer for a 90 Mustang 5.0. And we've already done the physical inspection, the capacitors and stuff. And now we're doing the bench test. So this is power, this is check engine light, this is fuel pump operation, and this is the 5-volt regulator. So we turn it on. Check engine light comes on as it should. Fuel pump runs for exactly 1 second when we turn the computer on. 1001. And that all looks great. 5 volts on the 5-volt regulator. Perfect. Now we're going to go into code pulling mode. This guy's going to freak out a little bit. And as soon as he's done freaking out, he'll start to blink 2-digit trouble codes at you. And there comes the 2-digit trouble codes. We're not going to bother counting them because they throw all kinds of codes on the bench because all kinds of stuff is not plugged in on the bench. EGR and air pump and everything else is unplugged. So, isn't it interesting though that when you just do this basic bench test, it looks fine. This computer is functional. It's got everything it needs. It's doing everything it's supposed to be doing as far as this basic bench test shows. But as you saw in the first part of this video, the capacitors are very bad. Definitely is not going to run right like this. So the bench tester, as much as people seem to be fascinated with my bench tester, it's not the end-all be-all. It does help us see the obvious and to check a couple of things. But in this case, if I was only relying on this bench tester, this thing would pass with flying colors, and it is not a healthy computer. It needs to be fixed. The good news is the damage looks pretty limited, and I think it's going to be a great candidate for a repair.